The silent era of filmmaking was home to some of the greatest German films around. Films such as The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, Metropolis, Warning Shadows, Waxworks, and of course Nosferatu were home to this era. Nosferatu is the first adaptation on the story Dracula. However, Nosferatu had a lot of controversy surrounding it when it first came out. Director F.W. Murnau did not get permission from the widow of Dracula writer Bram Stoker. All copies of the film were said to have been destroyed. However, one copy survived. That copy is now the reason that this film is so widely regarded as one of the greatest films ever made. Some words and names were changed up in the film, however. The word Nosferatu was used instead of vampire, and instead of Count Dracula, the vampire played by Max Schreck was referred to as Count Orlok. Now, if you want to be technical, this isn't the first Dracula movie. There was a movie called Dracula, yes, with a K instead of a C, and it came out in 1920, but it's now lost, unfortunately. Anyways, let's get back to Nosferatu. The atmosphere in this silent picture is what makes this film great. Max Schreck's performance in this movie as Count Orlok is incredible. This movie is one of the many films that defined the German Expressionist era, an era of incredibly made films such as the films mentioned before. Nosferatu is one of the greatest films ever made and one of the most influential films I have ever seen. The shadowy figure of Orlok walking up the stairs and his arms stretching is wonderful. In conclusion, I definitely give Nosferatu a 10 out of 10. This film is an utter classic and one of the best monster movies ever made.